$200 in 1 month.
Nice.
It basically pays for itself so far on the first month.
Yeah.
If you're watching this video, you're probably like me and wondering if you too can make money from your, let's just say, uncommon combination of skills. Well, in October 2025, I found myself at the end of the very same proposition. How do I put those all together into some sort of successful business idea? So I decided to pick myself up by the bootstraps and buy this, my 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan. And after that, well, this 2016 Chevy Sonic. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to get started, how to buy a car, how to keep it clean, how to rent it out on Turo, and ultimately at the end of it all, how much I made in my first 2 months. Let's go. So this all started in that Lexus NX review I did. I rented the car on Turo for a road trip to the Pacific Northwest, and like you, I thought, I can do this. So on our way back, I hopped on the old Google machine and I started figuring out how Turo works. You buy a car, you put it on Turo, a stranger pays you to use it, rinse and repeat. So I did some research and I found that Turo has a car calculator, which tells you how much these cars make on average. I didn't want a Mirage because, come on. The Ford Focus has a common torque converter issue, but being Utah, the Mormon capital of the world, I settled on a Dodge Grand Caravan. So we looked at this Dodge Grand Caravan and it was all right, but it was sort of a base model, a lot of base model options, a lot of light colors. So we ended up going and looking at this one, a Grand Caravan GT. I believe it was a 2019. And there was just a lot of things wrong with it. And so we ended up with this. Not how I thought it would happen. This is the actual van that I bought. These are the pictures I put on Turo for it, and there are some things I would change, but again, I'll tell you about that later. So let me quickly show you how to add a car. These are my 2 cars, but if you click the plus sign in the top right-hand corner right there, you'll be able to enter your address where your car is stored. Let's add a VIN for a 2017 Mitsubishi Outlander, and it'll go ahead and let us list that because it's new enough. We've got under 130,000 miles and never salvaged title or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and get that listed. Boom. All right. So now we can go ahead and go through the personalization things. We'll tell Turo kind of what we're looking for as far as what to do with our car here. And then we can select how much advance notice we want. I don't like the 3 hours advance notice. I go ahead and select 12 hours and then a minimum of 2 days because I don't want the van rented for just a day. I also set the maximum trip at 3 weeks because I don't want it to be gone for that long. We'll go ahead and enter our license plate number. This is easily editable later, and boom, there we go. We can go ahead and add our details. Here it shows some of the standard options, but we can go through, select some options like the auxiliary input, child seat, and snow tires. But if we lie about that, we'll get in trouble. So Turo's letting us know. All right, now we can go ahead and add some pictures. Look at that sweet picture of a Mitsubishi Outlander. And we go ahead and continue on to get our vehicle listed. We've got to agree and continue, but I'm going to go ahead and exit out because I don't want to list this Mitsubishi Outlander. If you hit the plus sign in the top, it'll let you either continue or delete your listing and start over. It is 9:30, November 15th, and my first trip on Turo starts in an hour. So I'm at the gym right now, just doing the things, but I just did the check-in. Lady's gonna come pick it up. We'll see her in a bit. One week later. So this lady is checking the van in. She's been gone for a week. I went out and I greeted her and stuff and just said like, how was it? Is there anything I could do better? And I guess she liked it. So hopefully she'll leave a good review, and that's it. Sorry for the background. We're in the middle of a remodel. So I'm getting ready for my second Turo trip. I was gonna show you guys kind of the little kit that I have that helps me keep all this pretty tidy. Now this is a big rig with a lot of space in it, but we'll pop all the doors open. I'll show you kind of how I do this. First off, I got this little Ryobi vacuum. The convenience factor off the chain. Very easy, very simple. I've got the tools already for all my Ryobi stuff. The problem is that the suction is not as good as like my full-size shop vac or like my home vacuum. So this is really just for like basics. Just cleaning stuff off. If there was like muddy shoes or something in there that I have to clean out, I'd have to get the other vacuum out. I got this little car window cleaner, and it helps because that windshield is super deep. Like you can see how far down that goes. I mean, I'm like shoulders touching the steering wheel to reach down there. So doing that upside down to clean suck. So that made it easy. Once the windshield's clean, I feel like it'll stay clean. I got some Meguiar's interior detailer wipes, some of these little Sprayway glass cleaners. If you guys are still on like Windex or something, dude, get off of it. Sprayway is the way, dude. No sponsor, nothing like that. Amazing. And then these fresh leather wipes. It's a cleaner and a conditioner. I don't think that it needs to be cleaned that much. However, if you just wipe them down between trips, they stay clean, so you never have to worry about like, you know, what if somebody finds something that you missed. Also, it smells good, so it gives that like good impression. And I mean, you're conditioning your leathers, so it looks good all the time. You know, if it's ugly or bad, it's just gonna suck. So you're gonna get bad ratings, you're gonna be able to charge less, things like that. But I just finished tidying this thing up, so we'll be able to basically pass this on to the next guy. This one we're doing airport delivery, so it should be kind of interesting to pick this guy up, and we'll see. Well, no, I'm not picking him up, I'm just dropping it off. So we're gonna give that a shot. There's special rules for the airport, so.
JetBlue Flight 1116 service to Austin is boarding all customers. All roads at gate 56C.
I put the ticket right here and then slid up in there, and I went in the wrong place. So I had to circle around, and unfortunately, I have to pay the lost ticket fee. So this amount of time of about 8 minutes cost me $40. So I don't like that very much. All right, cool. So let's try this again. I'm gonna show you guys where I'm going. So this is the like turnaround, and then we're coming into the entrance. So she was telling me you're supposed to go not to like this parking lot over here. Let's see, I think it's 25 somewhere here. Oh, it's 25 up there. And my drop-off time is 3 o'clock, so I'm having a great time. Let's see, so all right, here's our economy parking. We gotta go over. It's not parking garage. It's the rental car return, I believe. So I went that way. So there's economy parking. I guess you can use that.
And use that I should have. This was my second of 3 times going through the airport here, and lucky enough, his flight came in a little bit late and everything was okay. But I had to circle around, pay my way out a second time, and ultimately I just dropped the car off in the economy return. There's a little shuttle that takes you back to the Green Line train that takes you back into the city. Learning from this, I think, honestly, just park the car in economy parking if you're doing it here in Salt Lake City. It's easy to drop a pin on Turo, and it'll tell the renter right where the car is at. You can tell them how to get there pretty easy, and they had no complaints either.
Okay, so we're in economy parking. We got our Turo placard up here. Oh, I really should have, well, all right. Okay, now I'm gonna do my check-in. Let me see if I can screen record this.
So when I did the screen recording, it let me record the screen, but I was talking to it and it didn't pick up any of that. So I'm just showing that the key is in there. I'm showing that the phone chargers are in there. the condition of the dashboard. The Turo placard is up there showing the condition of the headliner, all of the leather seats, and mostly just the valuable stuff. I want to show that the car is clean. That way, if the guest complains that it's not clean, you know, I have at least something to land on. And then at the end of this, you're going to show that you have the key and the parking pass all in one spot that make it really easy. I select the, save and move forward. I was doing this through the Turo app. Now I actually do it through my camera, but then you can see I'm entering the odometer mileage and the fuel level. I do make it a point to show the fuel level and odometer in my pictures, but then I had an issue with the check-in because they hadn't verified their license.
Okay, so I got this little Turo guy here that allows me to lock it and then code, unlock it, put the key in there, close it, lock it. Cool. So let's go ahead and roll this rear window down just a little bit. Put that bad girl right there. Cool. It's pretty simple. I worry about how that's going to affect the weather stripping, but hey, so then they'll be able to do code. The key's right in there and it's locked. Cool. So now we'll take my key that I've got. So I keep an Apple AirTag on my spare key so it's easy to find. However, you're not allowed to have an Apple AirTag in the car. So that's a successful drop-off. All right, so I just dropped the car off at the airport. The dude is just barely doing his check-in now. So I didn't have to stress about all this freaking time, and I'm glad I didn't wait. Oh gosh. So yeah, he just finished his check-in at it's about 4:30 now. Oh, thank you. And that's it. First airport drop-off, hopefully successful. It means he's got the key anyways. So, well, we'll see how this goes. Time to walk home. I got about 8 more blocks.
1 week later.
All right, so we're at the van. The trip has concluded, so we're gonna do our check-in. So if we go into our Turo, we do vehicles, let's see, trips, booked trips, and then we've got our trip right here with the van, and then we'll complete our checkout. So now we're gonna do a walk around and look for any damage on it. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a picture of this panel just to show that that panel's clean so you can see the reflection across it. And then a lot of these vans had these lights that were pushed out because people had hit things on that corner. So I try to document that on all of these trips because at some point it's gonna have some bumper damage. You want to look under the car too, because if someone goes off road and drags like your fuel tank on something, that can cause damage you're not going to know until later. So bottom of the trunk looks nice and clean. If someone's driving the crap out of it or you get a leak or something like that, you don't want to end up with a vehicle that's leaking without you knowing, because then it blows up while somebody's got it out on a trip and then you're in trouble and you're out of car. So we'll hit continue and check for interior damage. So now we're going to go and take pictures of the interior. Unlock. And then I'm basically looking for, I mean, it's my car, I know what it looks like, but every single trip you want to have that like documentation, because it might not be damaged now, but you want that documentation that it wasn't damaged before someone picked it up. And if they didn't pick it up in a picture, you could have it in a picture on one of your previous trips. So what a baller, dude.
Yeah. Did you see the comment that he told us? Like the message that he sent us?
He's gonna trade in his Atlas for one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I love the heated steering wheel.
Yeah. Cool. Holy cow. So we've made, what, 350 bucks off this van so far.
Cha-ching.
In 1 month. 350 bucks in 1 month.
Nice.
It basically pays for itself so far on the first month.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. All right, so I wasn't gonna make any video because like it seems to be going pretty well, but I just got my third trip for the van on Turo. It's December 6th now. Dude rented it maybe 22 hours before pickup time, 21 hours, I think. So we got it all ready, you know, had it ready to go when he got here. He showed up early, which isn't a big deal, but you're not supposed to check people in until right at the check-in time or after. So, because their insurance won't apply. So if they drive off at 4:20 and their pickup time was 4:30, they're uninsured for that period of time. He shows up, he was smoking, and so he didn't know how to check in the vehicle. So I was like, can I help you set up the stereo? Can I help you with this? And we're just kind of standing around all awkward like, so I kind of feel bad. And then he messaged me saying that the van needs an alignment. Which given the tires on it they're like 5 years old, so sort of annoying, but you know, obviously like I want to make things right. Yeah, so I don't know. It's pretty frustrating, and I feel like this guy's gonna give me a bad review. He messaged me while I was making this video saying that the tire pressure was low, so I don't really know. So, I mean, I took pictures of the tire pressure when I checked it in, because you have to, but, yeah, I'm sort of, like, annoyed about the entire, like, all of these things. Like, maybe I should be doing a better job as a host, but, I mean, certainly he's the most picky, and I haven't had any issues with any of this stuff yet, so, I guess we'll just see how this goes. All right, so the van is back. It actually got here about 25-30 minutes ago, but I was working, so the guy already messaged me and said he left a 5-star review, so we're just gonna see how the van looks. Yeah. I'm just looking for dings or dents or anything. Yeah, nothing crazy. Sweet. Well, I think we can open her up and then we'll do our checkout here. Let's see. Okay. He was smoking. I have a video I'll put here because when he showed up, I was like, ah, boy, here we go. But cool. Took the waters. Sweet. Got our placard in there. All right. Well, let's do our check-in and all that, and then we just gotta vacuum and ready for the next one. Part of me thinks what I'm doing is a mistake. The other part of me thinks aggressive investment. We've had 3 trips on the van so far. Some anxiety, but really it's been pretty like super chill, really. So I've been thinking like, man, I'd love to expand into a second car. Mind you, I'm a month into this, well, 5 weeks, so whatever.
Remember how everyone said Mitsubishi Mirage? Well,
All right, brother, here you go.
Oh, cool, thank you.
Cool. What's your name, Ed?
Zach.
Zach. Derek, nice to meet
Good
you.
to meet you. Yeah, I was looking in the pictures. The paint looks really bad in the pictures, but it's really
this
not.
is a 2017 Mitsubishi Mirage. This one has 114,000 miles and it's priced ridiculously low. Some of the pictures showed that it had some weird paint stuff, but I showed up and it looked like the paint was actually fine, but I just didn't really get a good vibe out of this thing and it didn't really run as smooth as I'd like anyways.
She's not running super perfect. Probably could use it too, huh? Here I am in downtown Salt Lake walking away from a Mitsubishi Mirage. They literally offered me right up front. They said, how about $3,000 out the door? And I was like, God damn. So they want that bitch. Gonski's underwhelming. That is the slowest car I've ever driven, I'm pretty sure. And I've driven some slow cars. We are at Automotive Sales and Finance in Centerville, Utah. And there's a Volvo around here somewhere.
The Volvo I was here to look at was a 2015 Volvo S60 T5, which means it's a 2-liter turbo, all-wheel drive sedan. It looked pretty nice in the pictures, just dirty. And then when I showed up, well, there were a couple body issues and it was sitting there with the window open. So just kind of sets a bad precedent for the whole thing. So we had to walk. Next up was a Kia Soul. These are historically good renters, and they're one of the more reliable Kias, which is great, but this one, maybe not so much. There's a reason it's a good deal, I guess.
All right, so we went and looked at a Sonic, a 2017, and it was not super nice. In fact, it smelled weird and had been painted very poorly. So we're going to look at a little bit older of a Sonic, so the older body style. I have been grounded to the Sentra because we just bought the Sonic. This was not, I don't know. Part of me is just like, dude, pick something and go, you know, because it's like for $5 grand, there's not a whole bunch that you can really do. Everything seems to be a piece of shit, but this is a one owner, no accidents, and it's turbo and it's not a CVT. So there it is.
So this is a 2016 Chevrolet Sonic Turbo. It's a 6-speed automatic, and while these are not known for reliability, these are not necessarily known for having catastrophic engine or transmission failure either. This is a one-owner car, and it's got 122,000 miles, so a little bit up there on the spectrum of Turo cars, but it's in great shape. It doesn't have a ton of dings or dents. It doesn't look like it's ever been in an accident, and all their repairs are pretty well documented. Let's go ahead and ask Zach what he thinks in the moment.
My feelings right now, mixed. These are not known for reliability, but a lot of things have a reputation of unreliability, and the unreliability issues that these have are typically caused by like either oil or coolant leaks and things like that. So it's not like, say, like a Mitsubishi Mirage, where if you don't service the transmission, then the transmission goes bad and you're up a creek and it's gonna be a $5,000 repair. So yeah.
You told me beat it, now you gotta face the music I'm saying. I know that I gotta stay away from all your games, yeah. I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side, no. You did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye.
You have a backup camera. Oh, it's missing a lug nut. That'll fail a safety inspection. Okay, well, why is every car this color, you know? So we have a red minivan and then a red micro van. Better than a Mirage.
It is better than
It is better than a Mirage. Let's go to whatever the next step is for this. Maybe we'll do, we gotta register it. The van's back from its either 4th or 5th trip, one of those. Key, the guy like sprayed it off. It's cleaner than when he picked it up, and the inside is as clean as he left it, which is absolutely berserk. So, dude, so this guy returned the van like pretty much ready to go. Like, I think he just like wiped it down by hand, but like, dude, freaking set.
But how is the Sonic? The P1101 code is for the mass airflow sensor. It basically just thinks that the mass airflow sensor is reading incorrectly. This is typically caused by a vacuum leak and is very common on these engines. We go ahead and check some of the intake piping and we found a problem already.
So this is the intake hose, and it's got it's just cracked there and then on the other side. So
some common repairs for this beyond the pipe issue that we found are a new intake manifold, which houses a PCV, and cleaning the throttle body.
actually looks pretty clean in there, but we'll go ahead and clean that up since we can. We're taking it off.
This cost a lot of money, so let's go ahead and put it in the car. Oh.
We got our new hose in here, the old one right there, connected to the intercooler. I'm just gonna turn it on and see if it feels any different at all. All right, got the hood down. I'm not planning on going over maybe 20 miles an hour here because we got all the stuff on the front. Feels really shaky, like there's all that buzzing going. I don't know. Guess I could watch my mirror, but right. I know what a healthy one of these is supposed to feel like, so not sure why I got this one, but hey, here we are. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's boosting. Oh buddy. All right, we'll just go around the block and pull back in. Oh yeah, that's freaking working, buddy.
All right, so I'm hoping that this doesn't turn into a bunch of drama, but we're heading back to get the van. It has a trip tomorrow evening that it's supposed to go on, and I paid for the new tires that are getting put on it and the alignment, and they're telling me that I need to pay again and then just dispute the charge. Seems a little bit scammy, right? So we're headed there right now. I hope this is just going to be like a low drama thing, but I guess we'll see what happens when we get there. Sonic. Boosting, baby. Brand new tires on that bitch. Oh yeah. Coopers. Makes me happy to buy really nice tires.
Okay, so when you fill out the mobile pay link, boss, we have to accept it on our side. We did not accept it because we know it's not gonna go to no invoice. So even if I went in and accepted your payment, it's not gonna attach to nothing.
They said it's going to take 2 to 3 days to get you that proof. So there's no way for it to go anywhere because
yeah.
it's in the cloud.
So your bank is saying it when it posts.
It's literally saying right there, and I called them already to ask them, like, can you do like a stop payment or something like that, and they said no. So once it posts, I can do a dispute, but then we're 5 days from now.
Yeah, that's never gonna post, boss, because that transaction, this number is gone.
The money. So this shows in November we made $145, and in December $666. So we made $811 total on trips, and then you can scroll down and see what each vehicle made. So on this business tab right here, you'll be able to see kind of all your earnings. And then these are actual take-home earnings, not the actual rent price. Turo takes a cut on, so if we say, for example, my trip that starts later today, we've got my ability to start check-in, but this is an airport drop-off, so I'll do that then. This one here, if you look at the receipt, the guest is paying, it looks like, $395 for this, so they're paying almost $50 a day. And then Turo has their
There's a 1-week discount. I put that on there, especially for airport drop-off. People who are coming in for an airport, they're just driving around town. They're not putting a ton of miles on it, which saves the value of my car. Local renters or people who rent it for a short term, they're taking road trips and putting 2,000 miles on it in a trip, and that sucks. But yeah, Turo fees, and then I earned $251 off of this. So 8 days, let's see, 8 days, 250. That's about $30 a day take home. So that has been everything that I went through. There was a little bit of drama, a little bit of fun, and excited to see what 2026 brings me. If we make it to October 2026 and we're still on the platform, we're probably going to be spreading out pretty aggressively. So hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.